Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So this is a get ready with me of my typical weekend routine, which of course starts with coffee. So this is a maple coffee, which I think is better than any takeout coffee really with syrups, because the maple syrup is so flavorful. I just add a tiny little bit and a little bit of cream and it makes this frothy concoction that gets me started for my day. So here I have a beautiful bouquet of roses and the paper, which I usually save for a weekend morning. And so I sip my coffee, read my paper, and if you're looking for a new pair of pajamas, these are super old. They're from a Nordstrom anniversary sale more than 2 years ago, but they still look great, feel great. They're even nice in the heat. It's been super hot this weekend here in Seattle, and they are in the Nordstrom anniversary sale. So I will link them and everything else that I mention in the info bar down below, and definitely give this video a like and subscribe if you'd like to see my final Nordstrom haul, because I'm still waiting for a few things to arrive. So sometimes I have a normal brunch, I'm just being real with you, and sometimes I don't. And this weekend I made pasta limone because I was just craving some pasta. It's actually really nice to have it earlier in the day. I went out on the water kayaking after, and it's nice to have, you know, a good energy source before you do stuff like that. So I will link the recipe in the info bar down below, and if you've never had pasta for breakfast brunch, you're missing out. So then after that, it was time to get ready after I devoured my pasta. And of course, the felines are getting ready as well, whether they like to or not in Sammy's case. I just love watching them like this. They're so cute. They melt my heart. So I knew I'd be out on the water, so I applied quite a bit of sunscreen all over my body, and then my Shiseido sunscreen on my face on top of a moisturizer that already has sunscreen in it. And then there's this product, which I could write a novel about, because I find it so fascinating that it's being marketed as a foundation when you can clearly see it has no pigment. In fact, they admit that it has no pigment in the description on Sephora, but still call it a zero pigment foundation. So that makes no sense. It must be a guy who's never worn makeup that called it that. But I will say it is not going into a Sephora return because it's such a wonderful primer. So very misleadingly marketed, but makes the best primer that I've tried in a long time, and really making sure that everything is well primed and well finished is what is working for me right now, in order to wear a little bit of makeup and not have it all end up on the inside of my mask. So I feel like you can even see the difference, that my pores are a little bit blurred and everything looks a little bit smoother prior to applying it and after. And then the other thing that's been working really well for me is this Shiseido foundation brush. In the comments of my latest vlog, many of you recommended foundation brushes at my request, so I want to say a big thank you. I really like this one for the entirety of my face, and then you'll see I use another one that was recommended in my under eye area. So as always, I apply my Clinique BB cream, which also has a really good SPF in it. I've really never burnt my face for many years because of this combination. So then I prime my eyelids with my Nars Eye Primer, and I really like this little Garnier eraser. It's a nice primer for under eye concealer and just brightens everything a little bit, and I think it has some caffeine in it too, so it just works really well. And I buff that in with my Zoeva brush, which is a Lisa Eldridge favorite, and then one of you reminded me of it. I find it a little bit small somehow for my face. It just takes a long time, but for the eye area it seems to work really wonderfully for buffing. Then I tap in some powder, which is my Armani foundation powder. If you've never tried this, I do think it's worth the money. I think it just lasts beautifully and mattifies and finishes everything really well without feeling like you're caking another layer of makeup on top. And then I use my very overly expensive Aqua Bronzer, but you'll see it is multi-purpose because I've been using it on my eyes as well. I know so many of you are eagle-eyed, so if you've caught a little glimpse of my very pretty baguette hoop earrings, they are from the Nordstrom anniversary sale. I will link them down below, but I will also be doing a proper haul and review of them very soon, because that was one of the main things I wanted to purchase from the sale, was a pair of gold and diamond hoop earrings, and I've actually ordered several pairs to decide which one I like best. So definitely stay tuned for that, and also stay tuned in this video for my finally removing the hair sticking to my face from my Chanel bronzer brush. This is why I prefer the Sonia Kashuk brushes from Target. They don't leave any hairs on your face after you wash them, but sometimes I find if the brushes have natural fibers on them, then they will shed a little bit after washing, which is exactly what happened in the middle of this video. If you've never tried this Too Faced Natural Eyes palette, I think it might be my all-time favorite eye palette. Such a big thing to say, I know, but look how much I've used of it, and I just find myself reaching for it because it makes everything look really defined, but it's not too much work to blend. They're very blendable, very soft, and that pink shade, which I think is called Heaven, is so beautiful. It really brightens your eye area, and so using the combination of the bronzer and this palette on my eyes is a really effortless look for me lately that I've been loving. Dolly Winks liner, of course, as always, and as always, because I'm not, you know, a makeup artist, I really struggle to film it properly, but I essentially go stroke by stroke and then do a little flick at the outer eye corner, which I then fill in. It's never perfect, but it's my look. It's my signature look to do my little cat eye. It makes me feel super put together, so here is me doing that, but then setting it with a little bit of dark powder. If you're going to be outside and, you know, it's a hot day, this is a nice way to set everything, as well as making it look a little bit softer and less done, especially for a summer day. And then there's some kind of magic to this, I'm sure, because I've been wearing mascara and haven't had it flake in forever. I apply one coat of the Maybelline The Rocket, great drugstore mascara, and then 2 coats of the Lancome Hypnose, and together they seem to be sweat-proof. Not waterproof, they're not waterproof, but they seem to just stay on beautifully. My YSL concealer, I don't think I will ever switch out of because it doesn't crease, which is such a dream. And then I just blend it in with the Zoeva brush again. And I really like to take a little bit of time in between each of these makeup steps because then everything can set really well. So I did that before applying my blush, which is Hourglass Coral, and then a little bit of the pink highlighter from the Tom Ford palette on top. I think the combination of coral and pink is the most beautiful natural looking flush, and I just love the slight sheen that you get on the cheek as well as from the highlight, which is more than a slight sheen, but I'm there for that. I like that. So that's how I finish off my face makeup before then applying my very final step once everything has set, which is my powder, my finishing powder. This works so well. It helps with creasing under the eye, but it also helps with makeup transfer with your mask. I try not to apply too much. It can leave white marks if you do, so use sparingly. Makes a mess, but worth it in my opinion. I've been loving this watermelon lip balm, so I'm showing it to you for no reason, and I decided to apply my new YSL Water Stain, which is from a kit also in the anniversary sale, because look at that color. It's the perfect strawberry pinky red. It's just gorgeous, and I can attest to the fact that it stays on all day long through eating, drinking coffee. It's a light stain. It's not super pigmented, I guess, hence water stain, but I really like that. I think it looks super natural. And lo and behold, I've been hiding my Golden Girl style curler this entire time while doing my makeup. It's been my favorite thing to do recently, to just put my bangs up in that and give it a little spritz of heat from the blow dryer. Then avoid touching, just let it fall. It'll fall. It won't stay super big and you know, kind of retro looking, but it does give the best shape, as if you've had a professional blow dry. And then I just set everything and add a bit of pieciness with my Orabay texturizing spray. I much prefer this to hairspray. On greasy hair, it'll make everything look a little bit lighter and more separated, but on clean hair, it also helps to set everything really well. So I love it. It's my favorite splurge hair product, and one of the only hair products that I use, really. Before running out the door, I sat down to make one order quickly of my new sunglass, mask, chain, and necklace convertible design that I just launched on Nouvelle Pearl. I want to say a big thank you to all of you who've shown such enthusiasm for this practical design. I am so in love with using it, and those of you who've received it are too. So a very big thank you from the bottom of my heart for making this launch such a success, and also thank you for those of you who are still waiting for your orders. I've been cleaned out of pearls, so I'm just waiting a few days to receive more, and then everything will be going out soon. I'm so excited for you all to get to wear these. They're super light. I've worn mine from dinner to boating and everywhere in between, and it's so handy to be hands-free with your sunglasses and mask. And if you are wondering why it takes a little bit of time to get them out, here's why. It takes a long time to string the pearls, and I do it one by one for quality control. So it takes a while, but it's worth it in the end, and through the magic of editing, I can snap my fingers and show you the finished result. So here it is, being wound into a little circle before being inserted into its pouch. So of course, every order comes with a divider pouch, which is lovely to keep it in, and it's also great to keep the little sunglass attachments in if you're not using it and you're only using your chain to hold a mask at that particular moment. So here's my outfit. I'm wearing my new Treasure and Bond shirt from the sale, and it's a little bit coarse to the touch when you first purchase it, which I didn't mind. Texture is a good thing, but once you wash it, it becomes so soft and is wrinkle free as well. I was really impressed with this, and it's been my most worn thing that I've purchased in the sale so far. So BB wanted to give you some parting cat kisses for those of you who are cat lovers, and then from me, I want to tell you to have a swimmingly good week. I've been out on the water, and it's been the only way to keep cool, so I hope you are too if you live somewhere that's also experiencing a heat wave. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next installment on style.